One. Welcome to the Founder Fumbles podcast, where we go deep into real life entrepreneur struggles and comeback strategies. I'm your host, Dahmari Taplin, and today we have a very special person. His name is Brandon Angel. So, what's going on, Brandon?
Well, doing well, very
So,
well. Thank you very
yeah.
much. Good to
So,
be here.
yeah. So, just so everybody knows, Brandon has an ecological drone. He has a self-development program, a super diet program, and he's also has a video game aimed at conscious progression. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, we have Brandon. So what's going on, man? I just wanted to know, like, where you live and stuff like that, and how long have you been an entrepreneur?
Okay, so where I lay my head is my home. At the moment, I'm coming to you from Fortaleza, Brazil, and I have a traveling James Bond lifestyle. I'm sure we'll get into that here in a minute.
Yeah.
And I've been an entrepreneur my entire life, man, since I was
No.
like 12,
Dang. Yeah.
literally. And I've been shown the ropes, even at that age, by very skilled entrepreneurs the whole time. So
That's
I'm
great.
blessed.
So let me ask you a question. What was the first business? What was your first entrepreneur journey? Like, what'd you do? Did you sell candy or what'd you do?
I actually got yeah, my first thing I actually did, I was involved with raffles. I drove a golf cart, people back and forth to their parking lot
Yeah.
at the New Mexico State Fair. Very short-lived little side hustles, I guess you could call them in the modern age, right? but
Yeah.
uh
Yeah.
but a nice little stack of them. They were hard to get to and get done, and but I got there and I did them.
Nice, nice. So tell us about nutritional diversity. What that's your business, right? You're the founder and CEO of nutritionaldiversity.com.
Yeah, well, nutritional and diversity is actually really more intended to be like a conscious culture thing. It's made no money. Like, people make their little thing on farming operations or whatever. But this is
Right,
actually just like a teaching. There's even kids for farming videos for kids on the website. But this is really just like a movement and an exchange, a forum, a
right,
community building thing to where people who are interested in very highly diverse diets with lots of diverse species and ingredients and nutritional elements that are strategically composed to give the best healing or the best athletic performance. So it's like
yeah.
a real like high caliber cooking club, really is what it is.
Okay. Okay. What made you get into this, man? Did you just randomly decide? And when are you going to start monetizing this thing too? When are you going to start making money?
Yeah, right. Well, we're just starting that now. So I'm doing the
Okay.
reps to start to talk about this and to get my story straight, right? And to
Yeah.
be able to really explain what we're doing well. We
Mhm.
do it every day and we do it well. And I think like it's spear tipping group probably in the world for this particular niche interest. And that being said, explaining it is a whole nother thing, right? So now I'm
Yeah.
just getting to doing the reps on that. I've been
Right.
told for the last decade, man, you got to make videos, you got to make videos. And I try, and I've done
Yeah.
a lot of reps up until this point, my friend,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the camera does something to me. I don't know what it is, right? But my personality jumps off. But
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of indigenous people are actually looking at me as some sort of bridge or voice to the larger, more mainstream world. And they've very interestingly had the human biological, agricultural, ecological sciences that we've need, or at least the beginning stages of them,
Yeah.
for a long time, but it never enters into mainstream conversation, probably because what's already established in making money in that zone right now
Right.
is so big, it's really hard to get anything to budge, especially
Yeah.
something that is an alternative to what's already going on.
Right, right. Okay. So you have another business also, epicdawn.org.
Yeah,
Are these tied together or are
they,
they two
they
completely separate things?
in a way they are, right? Because what we're trying to do is just address the human needs We
Okay.
have it in the back of our head, a human to natural relationship enhancement. That's what we're thinking in my nutritional diversity crew, which are like the heaviest hitters in my bunch nowadays. Because honestly, when you get this super diet, you have super performance. And you can turn around and tell 9 guys out of 10 about this, and they'll just say you're crazy and keep eating, a really highly toxic food supply. People don't understand how much so
Yeah.
these days.
1000%.
Yeah,
Okay.
so what we're doing with the Epic Dawn, and we've done this for 3 years, is a
Hmm.
morning mastermind where we get up early, we come together on Zoom,
Okay.
we do some burpees, and we study the greats like Napoleon Hill, Carl Jung, oh, you know what I mean? Like great
Yeah.
minds. And if you do this every single day, it's
Yeah.
such a blade sharpening, man. I'm telling you, we've pulled guys. I got 10 guys right now, that are in the room that can say, man, this changed my life. This saved my life. Everything about my life has improved, right? And truly,
Yeah.
honestly, if we're going to have the maximum life experience, we should be checking all these boxes. We should have a super diet. We should come together, us honorable souls who want to be progressive and growth oriented, and we should give ourselves these high-minded wisdom downloads from the original, you know what I mean, and
Yeah. Yeah.
really sharpen that blade.
I thought about doing something like this too, man, because like you said, it's powerful to wake up in the morning and do this like with a group of people every single day. You know what
You're
I mean?
invited. You're
Yeah, yeah,
invited.
yeah. I appreciate it, man. So I'm guessing that first you're gonna you're gonna get you a good group together, and then once you all get a routine, you're gonna get your core 10 to 20 core members. Then you start charging people, right?
Well, I
After
got 100. Yeah, we've been a core unit for
that.
3 years, and we've been doing this. Yeah, there's been about 25 of us, give or take. Any
Yeah.
given meeting nowadays is having like 6 to 10 people, right? But
Okay.
and so we're on kind of the downside. That's part of why I want to come and talk about that too. But because this, I think we can help more people than better health and a
Yeah.
better way, or better help, excuse me, in a better way actually, because these are your fellow journeymen that are
Yeah.
in this with you that have
Hmm.
various degrees of time. And we're
Hmm.
studying the literature. We try not to chit chat too much at all. We check
Hmm.
in, hey, what are you dealing? What are you facing? What does your journal say? You know what I'm saying? And then we go right to the greats, and we keep it very focused on that great content. And then you start your day from that
Yeah.
place. You treat
Okay.
people better. You operate better. You have
Yeah.
your fitness in mind. You came together with guys. Napoleon Hill talks about the mastermind. It's the second chapter of Think and Grow Rich, which is a
Yeah.
#1
Yeah.
entrepreneurial book.
Have
You
a
have,
mastermind group. Yeah.
yeah,
And
exactly.
honestly, that was part of the reason why I built my application. So I have a mobile application. It's called Ziga. We help entrepreneurs find business partners, co-founders, and stuff like that.
I'm
So
gonna
one of the
download it right after this.
Yeah, yeah, please do. One of the original reasons I built this application to help people build mastermind groups and find people to build these groups with. So we're getting maybe like 5 to 10 new users every single day. So
No way.
yeah, I do highly recommend you check. Wait, sorry, not 5 to 10, 2 to 10 new users every single day.
Okay.
Feel good, but yeah, and it's from all across the world. So I'm pretty sure you can build up your clientele here, but I think it'd be good for you, man.
Oh,
Um,
I'll definitely check it out and support
yeah,
everything you do. And that's what we got
yeah,
to do. We got to have as many of these drum beats
yeah,
of communities coming together and being progressive as
yeah,
possible as a generality. And we all have to support each other,
yeah.
and yeah, so I'll definitely support your thing. And so yeah, epicdon.org,
Uh-huh.
there is a pay in. There's 3 membership levels, right?
Okay.
And yeah, so there is a pay in, and we're just going to use it to expand the groups and keep beating that drum. And but we will jump in other masterminds, man, and we can invite other mastermind people into our group, and you know what I
Right.
mean.
Just
Like
keep
everybody's
growing.
got. Yeah, there's so many flavors out there, and there's so many people who are not joined up yet with somebody, which they really need to do, because that's
Yeah.
really a huge A to C, A to F jump for
Mm-hmm.
you right there. And so if you can make 10 of those, which is totally manageable, you know what I mean? Now, oh, okay, I'm cruising in whatever this field really
Right.
is.
So what about so Brandon Angel Fitness? That's your other website, you know. So is that the morning thing that you all do? Is that
No, no. BrandonAngelFitness.com is a one-on-one coaching program. There is a little bit of a community there, but that's just the entry point to do a one-on-one intensive coaching program with me. And definitely as far as like weight loss, fitness
yeah,
goals, which are principal, and it's really organized for traveling guys too, like a lot of digital nomads. It's perfect. I have my guys taking pictures of their food, and then they'll send me just a couple pictures of their food, and I'll make some tweaks, and I'll show them some applications they can use and stuff
yeah,
like that, just in the beginning. And then every week we go from there, refining it. Man, I'm telling you, my fitness results on the individual coaching, like I'm even impressed with the success that's had in people's lives. Like, not to talk myself up or anything, but I've been doing fitness since I was a little kid. I started in Albuquerque, New Mexico with Johnny Tapia and a personal mentorship type of situation. He's one of the Freddie Roach said Johnny Tapia was the best boxer to ever do it, and he's well revered by all the greats. Anyway, I got to train with him when I was a little kid, and then I got to train with all these great trainers. Greg Jackson, who's the biggest trainer of the UFC. I got to train with him for 2.5 years. He helped sign me into the military, where I was a divisional fitness coordinator, because I had fitness together more than anybody had it, and I've just been so there's a lot of knowledge behind
yeah.
that.
Yeah, so you're a health guy. You're like
Yeah, man.
you work out, eat healthy, and you want to keep your mind healthy. It's just like mind, body, soul, and everything. You know what I mean?
Totally.
We would if we was in the same place, we would definitely get along because that's all I'm about too. Like if you
Yeah,
look to my right, the Think and Grow Rich is right here. It's within arm's reach. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, man, all the way. Well, let's do it. Let's do it. Jump
No,
in
no,
this
we can.
mastermind with us too, man. Like, we got some other
Yes,
guy, and we're starting. Yeah, let's I want to
yeah,
figure out how to do the marketing. I'm a biologist by trade, so I'm not a
yeah.
technologist, but I will
Wow.
figure this out. Right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, we're gonna figure it
Discipline is the key.
1,000%, and I'm here to help you too. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
Like
you
I,
so
I
much,
don't, I
man.
don't know it all, but after this, we connected, bro. We
Too
connected.
cool. Exactly.
So, so what about Voodoo Breaker? You got a game too, man. What's going on with
Okay.
that?
Here's this. Check this. So I got these little in Albuquerque, where I grew up. I was,
Mhm.
I swung the bat right before I went off
Yeah,
to the military when I was 23. So I got some respect from some of the younger generations, kind of still lingering out there. And
right.
with the Breaking Bad and all that stuff, they set up all these movie studios and all this stuff, and they actually gave like this special effects course. And I guess what
Oh,
they use a video game programming environment now to do effects in movies. They use like the same software. So they
okay.
gave a class on this video game making software, and one of my friends took it. One of these younger guys took it, and he was
Hmm.
telling me about the class, and that he was. And then I talked to him again, and then I talked to him again, and he had been applying to get a job in that field, and he couldn't find one. And I was just talking crap and what's up back and forth one day, right? Saying, "Hey man, can we make a video game like this and like this and like this?" And the guy could say this and this and this. And I was I was halfway joking, but but we were just talking, and I wanted to be there for him and take an interest in what he was doing, right?
Right,
Three
right,
months
right.
later, then the pandemic hits. 4 or 5 months into the pandemic, he sends me a game. And it's got my
Mhm.
voice taken right out of the WhatsApp messages in
That's
the
crazy.
game. And
That's crazy.
so you can download it at voodoobreaker.com right now. And this is a full playing, like, PlayStation game that you can play on your PC computer, right? So I told him, I said, stop right now, right? Like, don't pour any more time into this. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then ever since, and I'm in crypto conferences in Medellin, Colombia, and this and everywhere. I've been trying to do something with this game. And it's actually a lot
Mhm.
of people. are like, man, this is cool. Not too much has happened, but listen, I've got a group of kids that are go-getter kids that deserve a great paycheck and could build a great game. Now, I've noticed that a lot of the younger generation, especially in the 22-year-old and down range, man,
Mm-hmm.
video games are real. You know what I mean? This is a significant part of each one of their lives. And
Yeah.
and it's like, man, as a humanity, we're missing the opportunity. All right, if they're going to go to the video games, yeah, right. Try to stop that. Yeah, right, right. But we're missing an opportunity here to build a video game where we're actually bestowing real wisdom that can help them in their lives, not just slap people and shoot people and throw them out of their cars and all that, right? And go to war, which needs
Yeah.
to stop on this planet anyways. You know what I mean? So like a conscious raise to the most important young people. It's a responsible move. I think it's a very marketable idea because then even parents can be like, all right, you know what I mean? And I'm
Mm-hmm.
just the guy. I'm just the guy to build a still very bloody, fun to play. You can go every kind of direction game where the wisdom that's downloaded from game to mind in this interaction will actually be old school wisdom, useful, dressed up exactly in the right way, and deployed with the right style. And I got an old school, like these kids respect me for a reason, so I'm okay. I'm approved delivery, and
Okay.
yeah.
So,
So I'm actually very serious about that project, and I
yeah.
feel like, because I was a home builder, man, I was flipping houses. I got into some of the best investments ever, man, and I was doing $150,000 flips. And I've been up there. I've done honorable military service. I've hung out at the officers conference. I've seen former life. I'm ready to manage a large project such as that one.
So let me ask you a quick question, man. You got these four businesses, you tie three of them together in a way. Which one do you like lead with? Which one's your number one?
Well, I honestly, they're all facets of the same mission. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, and that mission basically is we have to realize there is a voodoo going on in society, and it wants you out of shape. It wants you eating bad food that profits for bad people, right? They want you in war. They want you sending your kids to war. They want us in all sorts of conflict. We have to recognize that voodoo exists, okay?
Right.
And then we have to do what we can to remove people from it and get them truly healthy, get them truly progressive, and truly happy with their own lives. That's angelic stuff right there. So
Hmm.
all I'm trying to do is be an angelic presence in the world, and every facet of what I'm doing is part of that. And I'd really rather be in the angel lab
Right.
than any other thing. I don't go to a party and just do for what?
So
I'd
let me.
rather be. I can make progress.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm thinking. I'm sorry. Do you have like competitors and stuff? Do you have any competitors?
Yeah. I mean, listen. I have an abundance mentality, is what I
Yeah,
have.
yeah. Okay.
So I
So
don't
it doesn't even
care.
matter. It don't matter if you have
No.
competitors.
And it's like someone was telling me, man, this drone idea is so good. Aren't you worried about someone stealing it? Go steal it. Go in the right direction. Go steal it. It's you
Well,
again. And then
I
I'm
wasn't
still gonna do
asking.
my project,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
actually goes, you know what I mean? No, but I'm just giving the extreme of the
yeah.
competitive edge,
Okay.
so to say, right? Like,
Yeah, the reason I wasn't asking like saying like like somebody else might be doing what you're doing, you know what I mean? Because if someone else is doing what you're doing, it just kind of validates your idea, you know what I mean? It's just like
yeah,
i- if nobody was doing it, then it probably doesn't even need to be a business, you know what I mean?
that's a
But
good point in business,
yeah,
actually. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Idea of you must have competitors for to become success. You like need competitors in a way.
Okay. Okay, so on which front, like Brandon Angel Fitness, for example, man, there's no more saturated a market than
Mhm.
fitness coaching. Every dude who's got a six pack is fitness coaching. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So that's got tons of
yeah.
competition. Still, though, there's going to be people that fit. There's such an abundance of people who need to get healthier and are
Mhm.
behind me in the health game. So an abundance of people ahead of me in the health game too.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I don't think that you really, because what I'm thinking of is like, what are you doing differently than your competitors? You know what I mean? So I'm thinking like these don't need to be separated, man. You know what I mean? You can combine all of this stuff together and just make it one thing that, and you provide a few more services. You know what I mean? Because it kind of gets kind of difficult when you got three EIN numbers. You got to have three different bank accounts. You got to
I don't
have
know. There's advantages in that too, though.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It is. It is. It is. Maybe it's just something over my head, because I do have my mobile app, and then I do have this podcast, but they're both still under the same EIN number. So
It's actually a super important aspect of business that you're touching on. I totally know what you're talking about. You don't
yeah,
want too many eggs in your basket because you can't manage them all. You know what I mean? You want the right number.
I'm
You
just trying to. Yeah, I'm just trying to. This is a interview, but we're still having a conversation. Like
for
I gotta,
sure.
you gotta tie this stuff together somehow. We're still brainstorming here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I think now too. Is it's like, don't worry. You can just be a cool kickback guy and get
Yeah,
into business. You know
for
what I
sure.
mean? And start living your passion and start taking one step at a time, brick by brick. You will build it up way beyond any sort of construct you're gonna come out of working a 9 to 5. So I'm pro entrepreneurship. That being said,
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of guys sweat it out in the 9 to 5 real quick, stack up a stack, because you can't really depend on anyone else, and that's full
yeah,
control. I'm gonna go ahead and pay my dues, stack up a stack, use my own stack,
yeah,
take my own risk, really operate under pressure. That's where
yeah,
diamonds are made in nature. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Deep
So, do you
within the
have?
soul, man.
Are you doing this by yourself? Do you have a co-founder, a business partner, or something like that? Somebody? Do you have a partner?
Listen, so check this out. I'm a big fan of being excellent in working with others, being a super team player, and being super supportive of other go getters out there in the world. I love
Okay.
that recipe. I feel valiant. I hit the pill. I'm just like, yeah, I did things nobly. I did things honestly. I supported good people out in the
Yeah.
world, I don't have this inflated ego where I have to be fed all day long and I don't feed anyone else and all that. No, no, no. I really I'm more of a bright cultivation. Let's just say. And
Yeah.
that said, an eagle flies highest by himself. A cheetah runs fastest by themselves. James
Mhm.
Bond and James Bondette, they move more groovy by themselves. They really do. You can't tell a story like that about two or more sometimes. You can, and that's beautiful. But
Yeah.
likely, if you're telling that story about the group, each member of that group can be described in that eagle way. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? They're all eagles in that group. Now there's a story to be told about this group. And I think that's the end. That's what like Epicon and what we just talked about before. I really do think that's an important concentration to never let go of. But your most brightest chapter of preparation for that, and it's mandatory. This must come before this. Is going
Mhm.
to be you flying alone, and you do. And it took me forever to learn that, man, because I came from the greatest group of cowboy cats you could ever imagine coming
Mhm.
up, and I will always love and appreciate them till this day. But yeah, man, when my life really took off, it was like it was like that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you don't believe in like having a team, I guess, like that. So what
No,
kind
you
of
have to have a team actually.
You gotta have a team. Yeah. So what kind of business skills do you lack? Don't you have? You know what I mean? Like, do you suck at like marketing? For me, I feel like I suck on like finance. I need help on the finance side of things. It's not that I suck at it. It's just that I don't feel like doing it, man.
Yeah,
It's just a lot of tedious stuff, and I'm just like, you should be doing it every day, minimum once a week. But
that's a good statement.
yeah, and also the marketing side, like social media and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, what kind of business skills do you lack? You feel like you can need help with.
I mean, I'm building all my stats all the time. I'm no
Uh,
expert in any of this. I will say I definitely paid attention to that mastermind, the Think and Grow Rich, and
yeah.
being able to identify. Oh, he's good at that, and I'm not. All right,
Hmm.
what do I need to do with you to pay the cost to be the boss,
Yeah.
to have you on my team? And every superstar definitely has a team.
Okay, yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure, yeah, because I feel like you definitely should probably start looking for that. If you had team member, somebody to just to be alongside you. Because what about the marketing and stuff like that? How are you doing with marketing and stuff? Are you pretty
I
big on
have a
social media and everything?
I have a lot to learn there. I'm looking for a unable marketer, a real talented marketer,
Yeah,
and
that's
I
the
and I
problem.
and I'll
We
hook them
can't learn
up,
it all. What you say?
huh?
Sorry.
And I would hook them up too, like, you know what I mean. If he was able to do good marketing operations, if he
Yeah,
happens to be in that situation where he's a good marketer and he doesn't have his own business constructed yet to market,
that's
you
what
know
I'm
what I
saying.
mean? It's
That's what you need. You need that marketing person. You need like
yeah,
a chief marketing officer, somebody who just supports everything that you're doing. Somebody who wants to be your partner and not work for you, but work with you. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And
and
that's what you use the Ziga app for. Is like you go in there to find that person that it's a skill matchmaking application.
Roger that. That's
So,
perfect.
yeah, so
I
that's
thought of
what it's
that
for.
before. That's perfect.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you guys
So
can like trade. I'm good at this. You're good at this, and we'll
yeah,
work
and let's
together.
let's
I'll
work
help you with this,
together.
and you.
Exactly. So that's why I'm asking. Like you need to start working on your team, man, because you
I'll
can't do
start
it all.
promoting your app, dude. That's a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
filler. We need that
yeah,
actually.
yeah. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. But I
Yeah,
just want you to just know, man, that you can't do it all by yourself. You know what I mean?
that's
So
true.
try to find you that.
However, if I don't find a really good marketing guy soon, there's great power in rolling your sleeves up and getting the skill yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't we?
it is 1,000%. Yeah. So let me ask you a question, man. Man, I know juggling all of these businesses can be tough. You know what I mean? Have you ever felt like giving up at some point? Or questioning your purpose? Like, have you ever felt
Never.
like never?
Never. And hear me here. Like all the most successful people, they just have bigger stacks of failures. That's it.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
difference. Their stack of it, they failed more times and refined what they're doing. They
Hmm.
went harder and they
Yep.
got the results that you haven't. And going harder means they're stacking fails by the minute.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Cause um, I don't know, man. Like I feel like a lot of every entrepreneur that I ever met, man, they felt like quitting at one point. It was even one time for me, man. I remember like this. I had one of my customers, one of my users on the application. They just didn't like a feature, so I was like, you know what? Let's patch this. Let's fix what you don't like about it. I paid maybe like $2,000 to fix this, and then when I fixed it, it broke something else. And then whatever I broke, that cost like 2,500 to fix it. And I was down to like the end of my money for the year, you know? And I
Yeah.
literally broke down, because I was just like, yo, I'm sick of this, man. Like I'm just
Yeah.
spending on nut. I paid to help a user, and then something else broke that was even more serious, man. But one thing I did learn from that, it was that like if that didn't happen, I would have never something great happened right after that. Basically, I found a CTO right after that, a technical person, that partner of mine that I needed. If that would have never happened, I would have never worked so hard to find a CTO. And now I have someone, a technical person that's watching for all the bugs, making the app more secure, making it faster. If that would have never happened, I would have never found Giovanni, who was my CTO. So,
There you
you know,
go.
it's like you need all these failures to happen. Like you said, you need these failures in order to move forward. You know what I mean? So what where did you learn this positive, never question your purpose, never get up? Where'd you learn all this from? Is it from Think and Grow Rich? Is that your source of this education or this strength that you have?
No, man, this is what I can say actually as a recommendation for all human beings. Diverse experience.
Mm-hmm.
Diverse experience. Einstein said adaptability is the greatest measure of intelligence. So
Mm-hmm.
we could just constantly start adapting to more and more things. People know what they need to do, but they
Right.
just don't do it. They don't
Yeah.
do it. So that's the other thing. You have to realize that there's
Yeah.
actually a well formulated 10-headed dragon, for lack of a better
Mm-hmm.
way to put it, to where you need to get a water filter. You need to
Yeah.
talk to permaculture farmers. You need
Yeah.
to do more sourcing work and not buy the trash in the grocery store. You need to hit the gym every single day. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You need to,
So.
right? And then honestly, once you do that and you have enough diverse experience and you stop thinking that you know everything and you stop talking
Mm-hmm.
about other people negatively and start asking them questions, because if you're
Mm-hmm.
talking about someone negatively, whether you realize it or not, it's because you're jealous of them. And so
Mm-hmm.
what you really need to do is ask them questions. If you can make that pivot, which no one can, people go to their deathbeds never making that pivot. If you can make that pivot, you will really start to rise.
Yeah.
You're either
Yeah.
going to have a
Self
positive
confidence
or a
formula.
negative life.
Yeah, that's
Huh?
the self confidence formula and Think and Grow Rich, right?
That's what?
Self the self confidence formula. I think it's like
Who,
page. Think and Grow Rich.
yeah,
Napoleon Hill. Yeah, check
yeah.
out
And
that.
I think he even words it better, right? He's like, you have to
Yeah.
stop caring about what other people say, because
Mm-hmm.
people will clandestinely hate on you too. They'll be like, oh,
You
well,
know,
I think you should maybe. I think you should maybe do this and this and this, and you will get derailed. You will get derailed by that. You know what I mean? If you know that your thing works, oh yeah, you got to be resilient. So you got to go through all those fixes, and it's just like a video game. As you overcome the challenges and present that resilience, test
mm-hmm.
passed, boom, CFO, or CPO, your guy. You're right,
CTO,
boom.
CTO. Yeah, CTO. You
Then
know,
you get the
my mentor taught me something. I think it was last weekend. He was. It's just like, say for instance, you needed to find 10 new customers by tomorrow. You know what I mean? It's like, what would you do? And you feel like you don't know. You know, sometimes like I need 10 new paying customers by tomorrow. You know, you have no idea how to do it, right? But what if he told you, I'll give you $100,000 if you can find 10 paid customers by tomorrow?
you'll
What you gonna
find
do?
them.
You gonna figure that shit out, right?
You'll find them.
Exactly. I was just like, wow. I put that
Yeah.
note. I put that note up on my vision board. Like, what if somebody paid you to do it? Then I just imagine somebody saying, "I'll pay you if you can get it done." Then what you gonna do? You're gonna get it done.
And
You know?
what's great about that is the truth is, once you get it done, there will be a sizable nugget on the
Mm-hmm.
other side. One
Yeah.
thousand percent.
Yeah, the point is though, like we got the power to do all of this stuff. We just don't apply the pressure. We feel like we want somebody to hand it to us. You know what I mean? And it's all in the power of our own brain. We just have to be able to dig in there and find it ourselves. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
so what motivates you like during your tough days and stuff like that? Like, because it gets hard, and I just want to know like what keeps you going? Because what keeps you going? Is it your kids? Do
Uh,
you have kids, or what is it?
well, no, now God really keeps me going, man. I'm a lucky, blessed soul. I've actually been touched from the other side. That's a whole other story, right? And I'm absolutely positive that there's another side, and that some people that I've known on this earth have gone there, and just knowing that is beautiful. And when I had the experiences that I did, I also did a bunch of near-death experience research and
I was about
research.
to say to you. Yep.
Yeah, and just
On
like,
the other side.
yeah. And so now I'm super, super convinced. And then since I've been able to like take that kind of idea on, my vision even expanded. And now I see it everywhere after years and years and years. And I actually went and studied in the jungle for a long time in this biology.
Really?
Man, I've been a alternative agriculturist, amateur biologist guy for 15 years. I'm published in
Dang.
the United Nations. I was published in the United Nations submission to the Paris Agreement and everything. So like
Wow.
I've gotten a lot of respect in this, and I've gone far in this, and the nutritional diversity diet is freaking amazing, man. It turned me into a genius. It gave me eagle vision in 10 different ways. It made me super more. It's the most athletic performance thing I've ever found in this entire athletic performance period. And I
Hmm.
can just see, and I just want to make God proud of me, man. I want to get my wings in stage two. I can see that there is that whole thing, and so I'm just gonna work for that now. And it's
Yeah.
blessed me. It's honestly saved my life several times. That's my true story. So that's what keeps me going. And with that keeping me going, man, I hear it all the time that I'm the most resilient, most forward moving,
Yeah.
positive energy that many people run into by a severe degree. So
So what advice would you give like new entrepreneurs starting up? Because you like you said, you pretty new at what your new business is, but you've been an entrepreneur since you was like 12 years old. So what advice would you give new entrepreneurs starting today? You know, if it was something you can go back and tell yourself, like what do you think that'd be?
what's coming to mind right as you ask me that is assets and liabilities,
Mm,
positive side of the spectrum or a negative side of the spectrum. Discernment between the two in every kind of dynamic
mm,
way. This guy could ruin your company. This guy could make your company. This
yeah,
guy this guy could hold you back in life. This guy could propel you forward in life. Can
yeah,
you am I making the cut? Am I making the grab? Am I
mm-hmm,
taking the needed action? And am I discerning between asset and liability every
right,
step of the way? Because if
right,
you're taking on liabilities and you may need to quit one leg of operations, but you never
mm,
quit being an entrepreneur. But you can discern now that this is not worth it. But
mm.
good, I'm glad I did it. I'm
Yeah,
glad I
yeah,
did
yeah.
it. There's no
So
waste time because you're
yeah,
learning.
yeah,
You're learning. You're getting sharper. So
yeah,
even taking huge risks and what other people think might be a stupid idea, you know
mm-hmm,
what I mean? And that and discerning between which people have actually done something in their life, which people have absolutely not done anything ever, but they sit there and do a bunch of mouth service all the time anyway. And then people who have done significant amounts of stuff in their life. And if you come to them correctly with a high enough level of respect, they will kick you down the knowledge.
so this one of the last questions I got for you. So if everything went right this year, you know, with all the businesses that you got going on, how what does that look like, man? If the market
Everything
was
did go right because
it well,
everything that went wrong, I learned from
yeah,
because I'm going into it looking at it like this. All challenges are opportunities to build strength. All of
mm,
them. So as soon as a big challenge comes, I should have a big smile wrapped around my face because this is that part in the video game,
it's just the
right?
next step. It's
Where
just the
I
next
beat the
step in
big
the ladder.
boss and get the shiny coin. Wait, what?
Yeah, yeah. It's just the next step in the ladder, the next stair, the next
Yeah,
step. That's
yeah.
beautiful,
Stack
man.
of failures.
Yeah, yeah. I love that you said that, man. That was
Yeah.
brilliant.
And
Um,
I don't mind people. I'm also happy and I love and I thank and I forgive the people who have done ill in the world because
mhm,
they are literally donating their souls to hell
yeah.
so that we can have something to overcome and get our
Mhm,
wings in stage two. Because nature, I'm a naturalist, I'm a biologist, I lived in nature, I can speak on this. Nature
mhm,
really doesn't provide anything as deceptive, maniacal, and puzzling enough, you know what I'm saying, to really really overcome and get that type of respect from an intelligent being. Like, oh,
mhm,
okay, because you're gonna be out in the world, you're gonna be someone who got stepped on and steps on others, got stepped on and doesn't step on anyone else, or got stepped on and stops the foot from touching other guys. I mean, we all know, right? When I say it, it's this guy right here that's really going to get the attention from above. And if you
Yeah.
can get it early enough, man, you get blessed and you get the angelic energy, and then you have a James Bondette rocket ride of a life, and it's beautiful. And if you
Right.
don't believe me, just go check Brandon Angel Fitness on Instagram, and you can see it in
Hmm.
live time.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. So, but yeah, man, with that being said, man, tell everybody, that's going to watch this video, let everybody know like, where they can find you and stuff like that. Like what's you say you don't have LinkedIn, but what's your Instagram, uh, email, however you want people to reach out to you and find everything you got going on. I'm going to stick it in the bio, but you have to say it for yourself.
Roger that. The nutritional diversity is an online community. Epic Dawn is an online community. Brandon Angel Fitness is a direct to me thing. Those are all so nutritionaldiversity.com, brandonangelfitness.com, epicdawn.org. If you're interested in the video game, that's voodoobreaker.com. And then my personal Instagram is Brandon Angel Fitness on Instagram. And yeah, man, on TikTok, I'm the letter B, your best. And that's
Yes,
it.
yes. Please, please. Well, thank you so much, Brandon, for joining this episode of Founder Fumbles, man. Uh, Everybody, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment on this video, and share it, man. Share it with somebody that you think that will want to talk with Brandon or meet with them, or somebody that will be inspired by this video. Please don't forget to share it. Until next time, y'all. Peace.